updated draft.
You see, this is a little different from what you had the last meeting, because we've added new Article 1, which is a presentation by the Special Act Charter Committee relative to the charter that's been drafted and currently undergoing public comment period. So we thought it would be best to we wanted to have the committee come in and make a presentation. We thought town meeting would be a good time to do that. We have a captive audience. They come in and talk about what's in the proposed charter. And there'd be no action under this warrant article. There'd be no debate. It would be simply a presentation.
Right.
Well, we had one information session and we have two more, correct?
Right.
November 7th at OA.
Yeah, November 7th, which is a Saturday, and then I want to say December 2nd. I'm trying to look it up as we're going.
And the first one we had was attended by less than 10 people.
Less than, yeah.
But it went 2 hours because there were questions.
Mm-hmm.
So, what is the benefit, I guess, of having a presentation at the beginning of town meeting if people can't ask questions?
Oh no, I didn't mean to. Sorry, I was unclear. People can ask questions. It's not. I mean, it says it's not. At a future town meeting, you're going to have the actual charter on the warrant for an up or down vote, and that will be debated. Which form of government is better, and people will have their opinions and be able to go back and forth and have a debate about it. And this is for informational purposes, so there'd be a presentation and questions about the charter.
But aren't we already doing that with the other ones that we've scheduled?
Right, and this was planned as part of that process. We want to try to make sure that we get all the questions that are out there on the table and addressed and answered as best we can, and we just saw this as another opportunity to do that. It's up to you. You don't have to do it.
Carol, does anyone think that maybe we should move it from being first? Because if it's the first item on the agenda and we have 2 hours worth of discussion, I think there are some things that we really have to get done. So to me, actually, I think we should put it at the end instead of at the beginning. Get the business that has to be taken care of done first, and then people are there and willing to stay. We have a discussion then.
You could do it that way. The reason we put it first is because you'll have the most attendance at the beginning. People will be there for the articles that they're interested in. You'll be able to take advantage of presenting this information to people who otherwise wouldn't hear it. And we thought that there was a benefit to that.
I totally understand that, David, but we've all been at town meeting when it goes too long and people walk out, and we've had to absolve town meeting before we've gotten the business done that had to be done. It's one of the reasons we're looking at changing our form of governments, because we lost the license. So to me, I would want to make sure that we get the stuff that has to get done first.
Again, it's up to you, but it seems to me if people aren't willing to have this conversation at a town meeting, then you're making a case for changing the charter.
I think it's a tough call too, because one of the things that we were all talking about is how can we most socialize this by advertising it as many places as possible, making sure we got as many. Well, the target that we really want to address it to is town meeting, because those are the people that will likely vote on it. Would it be reasonable to do the presentation and only allocate a certain portion of time for questions then, and then hold questions at the end? We can reopen questions at the end.
Well, that's an issue that's up to the moderator. I think it would be appropriate to have a conversation with the moderator and make sure he understands what the objective is. And I think that's one of the reasons why it's important to really limit it to questions about the subject. What's in the charter? Not comparing the charter to something else or rising to a robust defense of town meeting as part of this, but a brief presentation and questions about what the charter contains, and make sure the moderator understands that it's got to be limited to that, and I'm sure he would understand that.
Personally, I think it's a great idea that it be included for town meeting, sensitivities to having a, budgeted time. It's gonna be in the front end, no more than 20, 30 minutes, so we can get to the business of the town, but if we table it till the tail end too, I understand the sensitivities there as well. It's just a good opportunity with,
It is, but unlike all the other things we have going on, they have other opportunities to see that. And I'm not saying it's not a great idea. I think it's a great idea. I do question the
I'm not
place.
taking it that way either.
Right, no, I think, I question the placement, particularly because I think we have some items on there that are contentious.
Yeah.
That there's gonna be some long discussion. So to me, I wanna make sure that the business that people have asked us to take care of gets taken care of first.
What do you think about doing the presentation, because it is a brief presentation, and tabling the questions till the end?
It was 2 hours the other night with 8 people. I don't,
The actual presentation itself, just so that people could see the presentation, and then rather than have questions right after it, have the questions, table the questions till the
so
end.
like a 5-minute presentation and then people have to wait till the end to ask questions.
Because I think that way, at least everybody's seeing it, and they can digest it and think about it a little, if it's important and they have questions and they want to ask them at the end, but I think
As
to
long
wait,
as
we're
we
gonna
can,
lose
as
people
long
at
as
the
we
end.
can, as long as we can keep it that way, that people don't ask questions, and I think we'd have to present it that any questions they have would be at the end, because we need to make sure we get, then that I would be fine with.
You could announce up front that the members of the charter committee will stay at the end of town meeting to answer questions. And it could be even after town meeting is adjourned.
Right.
And we can also post when the other meetings are too, all the
Yeah,
interactive
certainly talk
forums.
about it, but hopefully that will be enough to spark interest, with the public, and if they thought they had questions after that, then they might be more inclined to attend one of the next 2 meetings.
I think that's a good compromise.
All right. Do we need to make a motion to include and recommend?
Yeah, to include it, you don't need to recommend,
You don't
there's
need to
no
recommend
action,
it.
it's just included.
Motion to include Article 1?
so moved.
With the stipulation that we're going, that
Yes.
we've just
Presentation
discussed.
only.
I'm sure Mary has 31 of them down.
Second?
Second.
Kevin, second. Any discussion? All in favor?